Hey everyone, Matt's Mox here, and today we're going to start a new series. Well, maybe two new series because it's cold. So we're going to be looking at my TT stuff and projects going on in TT. Now, I do have to talk loud because the TV upstairs is loud, but that's besides the point. So, I've been working on a TT layout. What's TT, you asked? Well, there's a lot of videos about it because of Hornby releasing it soon. But this is 1/10 of an inch equals a foot scale, which, you could also do in metric. It's like 2.54 millimeters equals a foot, which, pretty similar, pretty different. But it originated out of Hartford City, Indiana, with our good friends HB Products, which still exist. These are actually a few of the boxes there. I have a few of their cars. I also have one of their cabooses, but I don't have the caboose shown because I'm working on it, and that'll be part of what the project is. This is just an introduction. Another big producer for American models was Jewel Models, which I have a few cars on the layout here from. And we also had in the 1990s, Lionel released a line of these TT engines that were display models. There was a company in Germany that managed to motorize them, and a few other guys who have. This one isn't motorized yet, but I do plan on doing that. Later on, it went over and became popular in Europe and Eastern Europe, which you'll see Triang 3mm scale, along with our stuff from Berliner and Tillig, which is represented by this Berliner engine, which I have. Don't know what it's supposed to be. I think it's an Eastern European engine. But it was pretty popular in Eastern Europe because you could fit it in a small space. This whole layout is only 2 foot by 4 foot. And I could actually fit it down even into an even smaller space if I wanted to. But I decided 2 by 4 because this is the board I had. So, it's really easy to store, mostly. And, yeah, it's pretty nice. Again, I have most of my cars here except for the caboose, and I have an HP engine coming soon, which I'll do an in-depth review of. So, as built, these came with these style couplers. This is a brand new pack of TT couplers. Never been opened, never been in daylight. I have 2 others, one that's been opened, one that hasn't, that have been exposed to sunlight. So they're not as nice, but that's as new, and it makes these couplers. This one I kind of built wrong. You can kind of see how they mount. They're just a hook. Much like other couplers from the era, they worked pretty well, but I decided to go with a mix of the HON3 as well as N-scale couplers, the modern hooks, or knuckle couplers. These are 2 dummy couplers on this car. That's a Jewelette car, or Jewel car, with the embossed sides. This is a HP Products car. It has the brass sides, and it works pretty good. This is another HP car. This is a 55-7, the auto box. I based off a Wabash car with the same number, and yeah, they're pretty decent looking cars. This one, again, it was a kit. You can see the wheels, and I did not modify this. This was done by another guy. That's when I started to do the knuckles. This car, yeah, I did this one up. Oh, this was actually brand new in box kit. I put 1/4 ounce weight on the bottom because on the Berliner track, which is the track I'm using, it's why it's kind of ugly tube looking stuff. TT cars from America don't have the same flange way because I guess our models were just superior. And now I can't get these 2 cars to... There we go. Yeah, I need to really do some cleanup with these couplers, get them all working right. But I haven't really run any trains because I don't have any couplers on this. I'm waiting for my proper HP engine to arrive. And the flat car is a kit number 558. And while this is the Jewel composite gondola. these prices are pretty interesting for the time. I also have an earlier jewel car, but the guy who had it prior built it wrong. I have a few cars from him that I had to modify. He had, of course, the Southern Boxcar, which, again, I don't know what he was going for. He didn't put any ladders on this side. He put them all on one side. I've seen this happen multiple times. I don't know why people do this, where they just put it on one side. But, unfortunately, I can't fix that. Oh well. Still, very nice looking car. Overall, the models are pretty crisp. I don't have decals of this size, and I don't want to work with water slides. So, unfortunately, my details are going to be a little not so great. Of course, again, the Berliner engine. And I have both the 554 and the 750 boxcars. The 554 was the outside brace, which had patterns for you to follow to put the post on, because it's an inside only or single sheath car. And the other one I'm doing up early Lackawanna. But yeah, it still looks pretty good. It's a nice car for its age. Now, my layout itself, the 2x4, is going to be based off a branch line of the Wabash Railroad on their Canadian division. So here's the main yard, as you can see. It's got an industry here. There's an industry on that yard track, but that's mostly yard. Another industry, and then that's a loading ramp track. And then this is the interchange out, so cars can be brought in and brought out. I have these special made flangeway protectors, again, because the flanges on these cars don't like it. And I have to put the switch motors back on most of the switches because they don't like the hold close. Like for this one, this will get a manual throw because I have to modify it. And even though I don't like the electric switches, I have to keep them on only so it's more convenient to operate. Following along, there will be a scenic divide, and then we get into this short section, which will just be another industry. Considering the fact that I have so many box cars, I think I'll make it some sort of plant that accepts box cars. Probably one of the plants on the other side, or the main town, will be sending out cars that go here. And this place will send cars back, and they both send cars out and bring cars in, with maybe having another industry in there too, which can accept the gondolas. Not sure yet. But I do want to bring in more unique freight cars when I can find them. Another scenic divide there. And then this will be like the end of the line, or towards the end of the line. Another town where it'll be an engine house on this track, freight house somewhere around here, maybe another industry in the runaround, which they could put cars into the engine house track when need be. But yeah, so it'll be that, and then you come back around because I want to at least have a loop to run, just to let it run, since this equipment is so finicky at times. But that's only because of age and how it was built and weight. I've been putting weights on a lot of them. Anyways, another scenic divide here, and we're back here. This means I could also use this as a different location on the railroad than what it's supposed to be. So that way I could have trains go there and do work, so it's like part of this town, but at the same time, it's not part of this town. It's like another part of the main line through. Well, actually, the mainline connection's there, but you get the gist of it. But yeah, that's the first part of my TT adventure. I'm still doing HO and still doing Lego, by the way. Plenty of Lego for sale. If anyone's looking for it, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's it for my TT run. This will be the first of many parts because there's no good videos on TT scale on YouTube. Alright, have a nice day. Take care. Bye now.